tell all the youth as things about the herbs. The elder people, let us really, I mean, strengthen us and tell us plenty things, you know, and give us the strength. I remember my grandmother is the one that really strengthen us and give us the strength and the fortitude, give us the knowledge, the wisdom, and also the know-how of how it is that we as a people supposed to grow ourselves, and they sow that energy into ourselves, because happened before, the elders used to actually keep the knowledge away from the people. People never really used to know exactly what the herbs are used for and exactly what they're supposed to, how they're supposed to use the herbs. I mean, you used to go to an elder, and then most of them was used to have the things really real top secret, you know. I mean, people never used to know there's new and what they actually never knew. They kept everything very secret, so the knowledge wasn't something that was just passed down from generation to generation just like that. There were key people that actually received that knowledge. There were key people that took that knowledge and organized that knowledge into a manner whereby that knowledge was saved. So they didn't just lose the knowledge, because the time that our people were, even right now, the time that you are living right now, many things that you might know about the herbs, you know, you even have to be careful when and who you tell it, because at the end of the day, some people really don't want that herb thing to reach any level of any heights, and they don't really want, and they're going to change it into something that is very, very destructive to us as a people rather than something for our benefit. So it was not something that was given or passed on like openly like this. You know, it was something that was top secret. You know, you go and somebody give you medicine, and then what they do, they whisper the prayer, and they take some herbs and they do their thing, and then they, you know, all type of thing people used to do. You used to have people with all types of stuff. Um, how they call these things there? Yeah, in the Creole they used to call it Vewi, you know, and in English they call it Watts, you know, and many people used to have all these different type of stuff, and people never used to know what to do but to go to the elders in the village. People never used to go and get no antibiotics and antivirals and any of these things. What they do, they used to go to this. I think one auntie of mine, they used to take like an old quarter and spit on it, and, you know, rub on the stuff and throw it on the side and say a little prayer, and, you know, and as time goes by, and by, the mole would literally disappear, right? And all that knowledge, most of it, we've lost it. You know, a lot of the elders never left that knowledge with anyone. You know, and it was something that basically sad, because many of us, you know, as that interested directories and vocabularies and truths have been buried, and they call it lie buried, and many encyclopedias and living Bibles and manuscripts from our ancient people, knowledge that we could never regain again, just because the elders now never chose to actually pass on that information to the youth as in general. They never passed the information, so that is lost. That is lost information. It's gone. Why? Because the elders who possessed this, they passed on and they moved on. So in that physical realms, that information is gone, unless, right, you could tap into the ancient source, which is within the cell, because we know that we have, even the DNA of our ancestors is within us. So when you're talking about the knowledge of our ancestors, it's all inside of us. It's within us. So it's not really like you have lost anything. The only thing that you have lost is self. So you have lost yourself so much that you cannot tap back into your own physical self, into your ancestral DNAs. You know, your deoxyribonucleic acid, these base pairs that actually store memory, you know, and they store even situations and everything. I mean, when you go to the DNA, I mean, you could create the person, but you also create the person's experiences, because one's experiences would actually determine how the genetic material really is. It's very important that we keep these things in mind. Very important that we, you know, we fully understand the great significance of what we get from our ancestors, and what we've lost and what we've not lost, and the fact that we've not lost anything at all. Every single experience of our mothers and our grandmothers and our great grandmothers and our great 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 grandmothers and our ancestors 1,000 years ago, all that experience is stored right within us. It's passed on through sexual intercourse, when you get the experience of your mother and the experience of your father coming together to create you. You know, so you're not only just a physical manifestation of your mother and your father, you are also a total of all the experiences. So you could actually manifest certain type of things, literally manifest it. Why? Just because you possess that inside of you. So all the knowledge of our great grandmothers and our grandmothers and our forefathers, all that knowledge is still inside of us. It is inside of us, and it is for us to go inside, not outside. You know, sometimes all you need to do is just to come into the forest or into the bush and walk around, and then you stumble on something, and then next thing you know, you walk down the road and you meet somebody who tells you about this one something, and then you stumble on something else, and somebody else says something about this something else, and then as you go by, it's not abracadabra, you know, the voice going to come from the sky. And no, I mean, the knowledge that one person have might be spread out within a variety of field of people, to the extent that just because you are open and you are aware of your own powers and your own potential, you definitely will actually encounter and be able to understand and receive and understand and understand that, look, that experience is a divine experience that would actually benefit you. Right? So we give thanks, definitely. So most of our knowledge, I mean, you know that we actually studied the sciences and we went through the entire realms of everything. Most of our knowledge and our understanding most of everything that we were doing as a people, that knowledge and understanding, literally, right, is not something that actually just came in overnight. I mean, our people, from the simple laxatives to the simple blood detoxifiers to the simple womb cleansers after childbirth and all these different type of things, all these things, they are very fundamental and important knowledge that we as a people are supposed to be utilizing. So yes, we have the advancement of technology, and you have people doing surgery to somebody all the way in a different country by controlling a robot, and they cutting into somebody, and they cutting this, and they're doing that. Okay, yeah, give thanks for all the advancement in technology. By the end of the day, with all the advancement, you never should forget, you never should not remember, right, the contributions of our ancestors, what it is that we knew yesterday. So tonight we're just going to, you know, talk about our book, The Herbal Manual. It's very important. I mean, the Herbal Manual is a guide to better living free from pain and disease. The Herbal Manual, the matrix of herbal medicine. So this book now, fundamentally, this book here was actually written by yours truly, Honorable Chris Kailash K. Leons. And the information is just information gathered on as to our area of the world, longitude and latitude. Right? And every single herb in this is a herb that you will bounce upon. Some if you walk in someplace in St. Lucia, Dominica, or Antigua, or Barbados, or Guyana, or any of these countries, even some places in and Europe, I mean, some of the herbs, I mean, some of them grow over there also. They might be different, but just because you understand the fundamental principle, because the herbs will not always look exactly the same. So a dandelion in St. Lucia would look different than a dandelion even of Antigua, right? And a dandelion in St. Lucia would still be different than a dandelion in England, the United Kingdom. All this would actually be different. You know, it's very important that we understand that. All these things there, I mean, it's very important that we fundamentally understand. Is you get another phone call here from someone in Ontario, but pardon us, please. I mean, we are doing a live television program, and you know, we didn't even mute our phone. So, pardon us here, but we'll actually take your call some other time. So the herbs, they even if they are the same herbs, but just because of their geographic locations, how they look would be completely different. So the herbal manual actually teaches you of also, before it gets into the herbs, it actually begins from I mean the biblical diet. I mean for because the majority of people follow the Bible, and so we just point to the Bible to what the Creator says that they're actually supposed to eat and drink. I'm in the States. Where can I get a herbal manual? I mean, the herbal manual is on lash.com. That's prescalash.com. You could buy it right there. You could buy it on Amazon. So you could just go the herbal manual, Honorable Prescale Lash, Great Physician International. You could do that search. Definitely you get it on Amazon also, but it's on our website, prescalash.com. Definitely you can get it there. So the herbal manual goes for that whole aspect of what is disease and tells you what disease is, even from the word dis-ease, dis-ease, D-I-S, a Latin prefix meaning apart, a shanda away, and then say ease, freedom from labor, pain of physical annoyance, tranquil rest, comfort, to enjoy one's ease. This ease then being not being tranquil, not being free from physical annoyance, not being comfortable, all that is just being diseased. So when you hear that someone is diseased, sometimes you think of some type of cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure. But disease in every essence is just the fact that you are not at ease. Very important, right? So the herbal manual takes it from that aspect, like what is disease, and then carries you to the causes of disease, the true causes of disease. So it goes saying, well, the true cause of disease is negative thinking, constipation of the mind, because the same way that the physical structure can be constipated, the mind can be constipated. The same way the physical structure can be constipated, the same way the mind can be constipated. Constipation of the mind. Constipation of the mind, whereby your mind is so clogged up to the extent that your mind is so clogged up to the extent that you're not even ease off your mind, so you are sick, you are diseased, so your mind, you're not free up in your heavens, so you are diseased in the heavens. So you have constipation of the body, a goody, defective nutrition as in the indulgence of overstimulating and harmful foods, poisons and pollutants in the environments, overstimulation or overindulgence in eating, pleasure seeking, sex, work, lack of physical activity, poor elimination of toxins from the system, drug consumption, legal and illegal drugs, unhealthy social habits, poor personal hygiene. All these things there specifically are causes of disease. So the herbal manual gives you the definition of disease, the causes of disease, and also goes from and begins the whole journey into the whole realms of the cell. The cell. And aspect of the functions of the different organelles of the cell. So I mean, you could see it here. I mean, you could see it easy here on YouTube, but I mean, right here on Calabash Television, I mean, definitely you could see a bit of it. Voila. So you could see the cell and the different functions and different parts of the cell. So it's very important that you fully understand that. And then you have the different cells, the white blood cells, right? You have the white blood cells right here, if you can see right here. And then you have the different functions of every single white blood cell. So you have the neutrophils, they kill bacteria by the means of the process called phagosynthesis. Phago just means eating, cytosis just means the breaking down of. So they break down the cells through eating the cells. So they eat the cells through, they ingest it and then they split it. They drop some enzymes into it and just digest it and eat it up. Phagocytosis, that's what the neutrophils actually do. Then you have the basophils that release chemicals that mediate inflammation and allergic responses. So you have different cells within the physical structure that takes responsibility for different specific functions, and that's just science. That's just it. So the herbal manual don't just teach you about the herb. So it goes through the whole realms of that, and then it goes into the alkaline and acid forming foods. So before it talks about alkaline and acid forming foods, not acid foods, but acid forming foods, because there are foods that you might place a litmus paper in and it might be acidic, but it's an alkalizing food to the physical structure. So it's not acid and alkaline foods, but acid and alkaline that create that environment of acidity or alkalinity within your physical structure. Okay, so standard will give you a list of alkalizing and acid forming foods, then goes into the different systems of the physical structure, the endocrine system, right? And goes into the different types of glands, exocrine glands and endocrine glands, and talks about the pineal gland, the thyroid gland, the parathyroid gland, the thymus, the adrenal gland, right? And gives you also diseases also of the endocrine system. Talks about the pituitary gland, the pancreas, the female gonads, the ovaries, right? The male gonads, the testes, and goes into the chakras and how the chakras actually linked right into the whole endocrine system. So the Herbal Manual is not just a book about herbs. It's a book that actually takes you deep into the systems. So the endocrine system goes into it and links it to your chakras, your chakra, or your energy point system. Then you also have the digestive system. So how it is that food is broken up from the mouth, why do you have to chew the enzymes in the mouth? What particular types of foods get broken down in your mouth, or what you call the buccal cavity, right? And into the stomach, the small intestines, the large intestines. Give you a nice little overview on that, and talks about constipation, different herbs for constipation and herbs for the digestive system. Then goes into the respiratory system. So we must understand that the Herbal Manual is not just a book that deals with herbs. It deals with the physical structure. And even before it begins to talk about herbs and give you a picture of a herbs, it actually makes you have a full understanding of yourself. Very important. So definitely, the Herbal Manual goes through the respiratory system also. Talks about the alveolus and the gas exchange, what is inspiration and expiration. So you understand the process, what happens when you breathe in. Talks about the immune system, right? And then the lymphatic system, where the lymphoid organs are, the tissues, all that are part of the immune system, the circulatory system, herbs for the circulatory system, the male reproductive system, the female reproductive system, right? And also goes into the nervous system, the urinary system, and then, the Herbal Manual literally actually, before it gets to the herbs, you would have over 50 pages of information before you get to the first plant, which is the almond plant, right? The Caribbean almond, or the Zaman, or the West Indian almond, right? And all its uses. Okay, so it is very important that we have that foundation. That foundation is so important. Very important. It's so important. Very important. And if you don't know of yourself, it will be very difficult to know of anything else, right? So we are due for an intercession. Definitely, we're going to take a little intercession. When we come again, we are going to continue with the Herbal Manual, and then we are going to talk of a couple of our products and let you know about it, and definitely where you could get it. I mean, for the people who in St. Lucia, you know, you have Livity Foods on Jeremy Street, and so the people internationally, you could actually get the Herbal Manual at priestkailash.com. That is priestkailash.com, priestkailash.com, and also on Amazon, you could just check for the Herbal Manual, Priest Kailash, the Great Physician International. Any one of these, you know, you could get it right from there. Okay, so definitely this is the beginning. You have to actually learn of yourself. So the Herbal Manual itself begins in the man, you, well, so you yourself that have to build up yourself to the extent that, look, right, it's essential, very essential, that you love yourself to the extent that you invest time and energy in reading about yourself, how you work, how your physical structure function. And when you understand how your physical structure function, then you could understand how the herbs actually function and how these herbs actually interact with your physical structure. Rastafari. So we're going to take an intercession when we come again. We're definitely going to continue, and we'll open up the lines, and we could open up the chat room, and definitely we could take your questions, and we could give you answers for whatever concern that you might have. Ja? Yes, YouTube, I mean, give thanks. And let me see. Audio is very low. Oh, probably, I don't know if it is that, if the audio is low. I'm in the States, where can I get the Herbal Manual? I said that already. So give thanks for all those of you in the chat room. Ninth King, Kelvin Paul, Blessed Love, Heather Francis, Blessed Love, give thanks. Tony Witherspoon, give thanks. Blessed Love. Where in Dominica can I get the book? Yes, Jay's Bookshop have the Herbal Manual in Dominica. If you're in Dominica, you could go to Jay's Bookshop. Definitely, you could get it right there. I don't know if the audio is better now, whether I was speaking a bit soft, but definitely in Dominica, you could get it at Jay's Bookshop. All right. So if you have any questions on our YouTube live stream, what you could do, you could type it. When we come again live on TV, we're going to just interact with you again, as we are just having the live television program, and then we have the YouTube live stream. How to bring in the good energy? You know, stay away from bad energy. Number one, you know, there are plenty of things that you yourself might know that are bad for you, so you just stay away from these type of things, and then just be good. I mean, you just be good. You know, love yourself, be good to your own self, and love yourself to the best of your ability. You know, help you to love everyone else. Love yourself. That's how good energy actually comes. Self-love. You know? The people are still calling, pardon us. Yes, give thanks. So definitely, we give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. And any questions that you might have on the Herbal Manual, as we say, you know, we're going to be continuing. Yes, on the Empress Utopia, you know, Blessed Love, Tasha Lake, Blessed Love, give thanks for the manual. It's it's really an amazing book. Yes, Natasha, I hope you really read it and you're using them. Bobo, thank you, or give thanks, Honorable, for life and a mighty life giver. As we are in an intercession right on Calabash Television, but we are going live again in a few seconds, not seconds, but minutes. When we come again, definitely we're going to continue with the Herbal Manual, because you know it's available right on priestkailash.com, priestkailash.com, and also on Amazon. You could definitely go on Amazon and you could do your search, the Herbal Manual, Priest Kailash, the Great Physician International. Definitely in our shop you could get that right here. So as we say, it's not just a book that you just go and just find a talk about herbs. It's a book that teaches you about your physical structure. You know, so it tells you, even when you look at that of arterial, you know what happens when you have arterial sclerotic plaque. It gives you a diagram of the heart, so you actually knows exactly, you know, the chambers of the heart, what happens in the heart, what happens when it comes to the changing of blood, you know, your capillaries, all these things there. Going life again. Yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life giver as we are going live again right here on Calabash Television, the Food of Seven, and we give thanks for all good things around us are sent from Zion above. So we praise for right for his divine love. All right, and we give thanks, you know, for the inspiration and the expiration that, you know, that we could have expired. You know, breathe it out, bring it into fruition and reality. The herbal manual. So the first herb on the herbal manual is not really a herb. It's a tree. You know, it's a plant. You know, called the almond plant. What they call the West Indian almond. Yeah, what they call the zaman. That there is a very significant plant. That plant here is a plant that is, you know, people eat it, you know, and it's different than the common almond. That tree does normally just grow right by the beach, right? The volume is still low. I don't know. I'm going to have to work on that, honorable, but I don't know if I have to be shouting, but the volume is still low. Pardon me, honorable, but I'm doing my best here. So the almond plant is a plant that we actually utilize for the whole aspect of high blood pressure. You know, the leaves, especially the red leaves or the yellowing leaves, whenever it is actually um, mature and it falls off, you know, that leaf utilized for high blood pressure. You know, the back of it is actually contains lots of tannins, okay, and you can make a nice cooling if the back of the almond plants. But when you soak it, the water is going to get a very darkish color. And the fruit itself, I mean, you know, the almond, rich in calcium, grows right by the sea, so it's very rich in minerals, potassium, you know, so it grows all around the seaside by mangroves and all these different areas there. And these are very nutrient and mineral rich areas because it's rich of water and rich of salts, right? So it's a very resilient plant, you know, so you could cut it and it spreads, and cut the head and it spread, and cut it and it spread. And I mean, the bats would come and eat it in the night, you know. And so the nut or the seed on the inside is very, very nutritious, right? So extremely rich in minerals. So the almond plant, you know, as they say, it's antifungal, antiviral, hepatoprotective, protects the liver, you know. So the herb is not really like a herb per se, it's a plant, right? The tree, you know. And you know, we have the aloe vera. You know, many people say, well, you know, the aloe vera is an acidic plant. Okay, yes. The aloe vera in every essence is a plant I have utilized and I have seen benefits in it to the extent, well, I mean, when okay, we do home births, home deliveries, and whenever after cutting the navel, the string, the navel area here, when you cut the umbilical cord, right, about inch and a half, 2 inches away from the, some people go 3 inches even, right? But if you, when you cut it after, or some people just leave it and let it detach by itself. But for those who cut it, leave it a couple of hours and then cut it. Okay, then you add the gel of the aloes right on it. It helps it to heal extremely fast and drop off. So aloe vera is something that we do utilize, especially for burns and these type of things. That when you have a fresh burn, the aloe vera or the cannabis oil is extremely good also. But aloe vera, honey, all these things are things that you could apply to fresh burns. They are excellent in healing and soothes the physical structure. So I know some people say it's acidic and it's not alkaline and it's genetically whatever, but I mean, the aloe have proven to be very effective in the ways that we actually utilize it, even in vaginal steam baths. I mean, that's one way that we encourage women women who after their menstrual cycle, they could just boil about a gallon of water and chop about 3 of the aloe vera leaves inside of it, hot boiling water, and let the vapor of the steam, nutrify the vaginal canals. I mean, that is very, very important, and we must understand the benefits of these things, that these things, they are extremely beneficial to us. Very beneficial to us. Then you have the amaranth plant, what they call the kalalu, what they call the zepina. If you look at it right here, the zepina. those of you here, you can see the zip in that. I mean, that hair is key food. It's not just like a herb. Yes, it's a home cleanser. It's a diuretic. Helps to take out excessive fluid from the physical structure, nutrient and maturating herb. Astringent helps to tighten tissue. But at the end of the day, it is a food. This is one of the richest iron-rich foods. I mean, and also you could utilize it as a poultice. You could just pong it, and put a little bit of clay or a little bit of charcoal, and a little bit of flour, and do it into a poultice or cassava flour, whatever it is, and then put it externally on hemorrhoids. Very, very, very good for that. Helps to actually ease the inflammatory response, right? It is better than preparation H and all these different type of things. Use preparation H is preparation herbs, not preparation H, like how do you call them things there again? Steroids. Okay, so it's very specifically, and for green juices, excellent also. That's the amaranth plant, right? So the herbal manual then goes into the banana. So the banana, which is the platano, you have different types of bananas. You have the platano duro, platano fruto, all these different types of bananas. I mean, banana is a very, very, very rich plant. Banana is a plant that is actually utilized extensively as a food. Boiled with the skin on. Even the skin can be stewed. When it's ripened, also the banana is actually utilized as a wonderful fruit, especially when it's tacte, as they call it, when all the dark spots are on the yellow skin of the banana. Very rich when it is carbonated or melanated, right? Extremely rich in your semi-digested proteins and your sugars and your, I mean, it is very good. The banana rich in potassium, so that there it's very important, and also as an iron source. That's why the banana stain is so difficult. When you have a green banana stain, it's almost impossible to take it out. Why? Because the banana itself is extremely rich in iron, right? So even the green plants, when you take the green plants and you cut off the green plants and you make it drip into the water, right, what happens is that when you drink it, contains a lot of iron. All right, so the latex of the banana is actually iron rich, and even the stem of the banana, when it's rotten in the inner core of it, can be utilized as something to hemostatic, to help to stop bleeding and all them different type of things there. Okay, so that hair is also very good for wound healing, and it's good to actually clean out. It's an antiseptic also, that can be utilized. Even the stem of the banana, very effective, right? So we could open up the lines, and we open up the lines for those people who actually have questions for us, so they could ask whatever questions that they have. As we say, the Herbal Manual, the Matrix of Herbal Medicine, is one of our manuscripts, one of the books that we have written. And even when following us and when dealing with whatever it is that we are dealing with, it's very important to have a Herbal Manual, because it contains the foundational material, the scientific basis, and the traditional basis, the cultural basis of how it is that we're supposed to utilize the herbs around us. So those of you who want to call 4519349, that is 1758-4519349, 1758-453-1730. These two numbers definitely for your calls. If you want to call into the studio live in St. Lucia, that's 1758-4519349 and 1758-453-1730. So I am saying it because I know that for the people who are watching us on YouTube, I mean, you won't be able to see the screen, but the people who are watching us live in St. Lucia will actually be seeing the numbers in St. Lucia. So those of you who want to call or ask a question, definitely could call that number. Or if you have a question right here on YouTube in the chat room, definitely you could ask that. On Facebook, you could ask the questions, and then we could actually give you an overstanding. So we say, well, the Herbal Manual contains aspects of what the original leaflet really supposed to be, what a man really supposed to be eating. Goes from the cellular level, what is a cell, the different types of cells, the length of time a cell, a particular type of cell supposed to be in existence, and all these different aspects there. And it is very important that we have that full understanding. Michaela Blake, give thanks, Honorable. How to cleanse the liver? Are there any natural remedies for stomach ulcers? Well, I mean, definitely to cleanse the liver, the liver, the liver is, I mean, it's the liver. It's it actually, that's where it makes you live. To cleanse the liver, there's a herb that you call cassia alata, which is basically one of the herbs that grows nice in swampy water fields areas, but it's also a very resilient herb. It also grows in areas where you have dry conditions, and caterpillar would come and eat out all the leaves. Caterpillars love that herb. You know, caterpillars would fight with you just to eat up all of your cassia alata, or what they call it also is the king of the forest, right? So the king of the forest, that is that herb right here, the king of the forest, right? And if you on Calabash television, right here, that herb right here with the yellow flower. Yes, Castro Scholar, blessed. Mm-hmm. Blessed love, give thanks. A bit louder, please. Yeah, the Jew of Flow, yeah. Okay, all right, give thanks. Well, the Jew of Flow is basically, before I go on to the Jew of Flow, so the cassia lata is a very good liver cleanse. Okay, the cassia lata, that here is a herb you could utilize in a green juice. It will give you a diarrhea, literally. And also you could utilize it specifically, you know, as a cooling. So you could just pour some hot water over it in the night, and you could leave it overnight, and you drink it as your water from until 12 o'clock, because you're using it as a cleanser and a cooling. You don't drink it after 12 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, so that also is specifically as a liver cleanse and blood detoxifier. All right, so the Jew of Glue that the honorable is talking about, that's our call from St. Lucia. They're asking about a herb called the Jew of Glue. Jew of is clove, or you know, the water clove. You know, you could call it like if you direct translation into English. It's a herb that looks like a clove, but that is extremely important for your urinary system. So it is very good in actually bringing down the blood pressure levels, cleans out the kidneys. You know, it's a natural diuretic. It's good for any urinary tract infections. Anything urinary is very important for that. Okay, so it's called the Jew of Glow. Very important. 451-934-9 and 453-1730. Mark Caleb Blake, give thanks for sharing your wealth of knowledge, or you welcome, honorable. Give thanks. You know, give thanks for asking the question. I mean, when you ask questions, you get out of the well. Okay, 451-934-9 453-1730. So the Herbal Manual is a book that you could order online, prescalage.com, or also on Amazon, or you could stop on our shop on Jeremy Street, Livity, Castle, and get a copy. Yes, Grossly Caller, blessed. Blessed. Nuni? Well, there are two herbs you could use for seizures that are actually just seizure herbs. Is the fitweed, what they call the shadow benny, right? The shadow benny, that is actually a herb for seizures or whatever you call it, or fits, right? Why? Because the name itself is called fitweed, you know, because it's used for seizures. And also the marijuana, the cannabis, right? So that is the number one herb for seizures. I mean, I would more look onto Nuni as an immune system enhancer, a very mild laxative, and also something to help to regulate the blood sugar levels. And the roots of the Nuni can be utilized as an aphrodisiac and different other type of things, a leaf for headache. But for seizures, I would lean to go to more herbs like the shadow benny, the fitweed, and also the marijuana. You're welcome, love. 451-934-9 Give thanks. If you have any questions on YouTube, I mean, definitely you could ask it right in the chat room right here. Any questions right on live on television, St. Lucia, you could actually call 1758-451-9349, 1758-453-1730. And our blood detoxifier, which is this product right here, the blood detoxifier. Yes, Bokash Kola, blessed.
Yes, blessed love.
Honorable, give thanks.
Yes.
Honorable, purify.
Right. I'd like to find out whether a enlarged prostate could be shrunk.
Yes.
And if you have any medication for that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we do what you call we have a male package, and we have a product called the Prosperity, and that specifically will help to bring back your prostate to a proper size. And also when your prostate is enlarged, you must ensure that you have proper and frequent bowel movements, because your rectum is very close.
You have to do what?
Have very frequent bowel movements. You must never get constipated, right? Because the moment that you get constipated with an enlarged prostate is more trouble for you, because the poo-poo actually rests right up on the prostate, because the prostate and your rectum is like millimeters apart. So it is very important that it's not just the herbs that you drink, but also your lifestyle. How stressed you are, because stress does affect the hormones of a man, not just as a woman, and also how a man deals with rejection. So all these things are very important when it comes to the overall wellness of your prostate. And it is important.
So would you
Go ahead.
have or would you know something like red clover?
Well, what they call red clover here in St. Lucia is what a herb they call flammage wheat, right? It's a purple flower, which is different than the so-called red clover. That herb there, yes, it's a herb that helps to fortify the prostate because it has a very, very large quantity of zinc, and it's full of sulfur. That's why it's so pungent. All right, and the purplish color of it, it's mineral filled. Okay, so that is and it's a bitter herb also. So it's a very good herb for the prostate. But as I'm saying, when you're dealing with prostatic enlargement, you don't just deal with a herb. You deal with your food, you deal with your mental state, right? And also there are simple things that you could do, like warm baths. You could literally sit down in a warm basin with some feuille du vent, what they call the guinea hen weed, or what they call the gully root. That also is extremely important. So it's not just one herb. There's a way that you have to take care of the prostate to get your prostate how it's supposed to be. But a swollen prostate definitely can be brought forward to wellness. Okay.
So you have the package. You have a man package for men.
Yeah, you have a male package. Yes, for man. Yes, we do.
What's the name of it?
Ask for the male package. The male package.
The male package.
Yeah, you'll have 6 of these products, and then you also need a small bottle like I call the Prosperity. So you have 6 bottles like that, right? And then so you have a colon cleanse to clean out the colon. You have a blood cleanse. Then it have something a male tonic, a blood regulator, something to remove mucus, and something to build the blood. So it have 6 different products. Plus you have the Prosperity specifically for prostatic function. That's 7 bottles.
So where you located?
On Jeremy Street.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Because I heard that if you put it on a knife and cut the skin, it won't heal. But I noticed that you use in your tincture. What are your thoughts on garlic? Well, we don't use garlic in our tincture. There's a herb called garlic weed, or what you call the feuille du vent, which is basically the feuille du vent is what they call a guinea hen weed, or it is like they call it garlic weed also. So we don't really use it in our tincture at all. We don't use it in our tincture at all. Okay, what we use it in, what we does use it in specifically, if we have to use garlic at all, we could actually ferment it and bring it into a syrup form, right, and combine it with other herbs to make it less acidic. But it's not something that we use in our tinctures. We don't use it in our tinctures at all. All right, it's not something I cook with or something I eat personally at all. Okay. Yes, my brother, bless. Your TV is a bit too loud. Turn on the volume of the TV.
Let me tell you, somebody gave me, LLS gave me a St. John bush.
Good for what?
St. John.
The TV too loud, fire. Right, I didn't get what you said, but the St. John's bush is basically a herb that's good for eye problem. You could wash the eye if it is very good for problems with the menstrual cycle. Very rich in iron. It helps to build up the blood. Many different things, but I don't know what you're talking about. But it's basically more of a female herb, more like a female herb. Basically, right? It's just a female herb. Yeah. Okay. 31730. As a Bobo Shanti, as a Rastafari, as a priest, I don't really use garlic and onion and them type of things there, right? So not even because of alkaline and acidic diet, as a priest of the Melchizedek, you don't really cook with these things, okay? So if you have to utilize it, you have to get it into a state, You understand? So we don't really cook with it and do them type of things. If you can put it in salad and no, not at all. 451-934-9453-1730. Definitely, those of you on YouTube who want to ask a question, definitely you are free to ask. I see where we have only one person who is actually speaking up, Michaela Blake, in the chat room, or I don't know if probably YouTube have a problem and that's the only chat that's actually coming in. But I mean, give thanks, Sister Blake, for the love, right? And we give thanks for that. And that's not, I mean, if you pass garlic on a knife, they say, I've stayed away from garlic because I heard that if you put it on a knife and cut the skin, it won't heal. That's not true. So many times people in the kitchen using knife and cut. Come on. I mean, garlic is garlic, but don't go, that's overboard. You know, I mean, come on, you could just prove that. You won't cut the garlic and it won't heal. So many chefs using garlic and they get cut and so what, they cut never heal? That's not. I don't adhere to this type of thing. You know, sometimes people take things overboard. That's why people get religious about certain type of things, and they, instead of having knowledge, they become religious. Stop being religious and just be knowledgeable. You know, don't build up religions around things. If you cut past garlic and a knife and you cut yourself, it won't heal. So many times people using garlic in kitchen and they cut their hand and their hand still heal. People used to put garlic on wounds. I know people with ringworm that literally scratch up the ringworm and rub it with garlic. You know? So, come on. We don't adhere to this type of things at all. I would recommend that you take it and you put it inside of, some people say they put it in the vaginal canal for fungus and yeast infection. No way. It will burn you up. Don't do that at all. You know, but at the end of the day, don't go overboard like that. All right? Greetings from Jamaica. Yes, I Poopa 45. I mean, give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. Give thanks for tuning in. I mean, give thanks for all those of you from all around the place that's there with us. Give thanks. Black Heart of Love, all those of you who are here with us. And as you know, it is not just my program, it's also your program. You know, so let us reason. So we have the blood. This basically is utilized. It contains the cassia lata inside of it, the dandelion, cascara sagrada, you know, periwinkle, ginger, neem, all these herbs inside of it. That's helped to clean out the liver and to clean out you cellularly, right? So the blood detoxifier is part of our male package and part of the female package. So that is something you take after you've taken the free up laxative, the colon cleanse, you actually start up the blood detoxifier and the other 5 bottles that size. That's part of the package. So that now you take a tablespoon 3 times a day. If you have somebody with diabetes or someone who is chronically ill or acute ill, you go 3 tablespoons 3 times a day. Right? That would last you about 3 to 4 days. You know, and 3 days, if you take it 3 tablespoons 3 times a day, 3 days, some people 2.5 days, and 5 days if you take it a tablespoon 3 times a day. Okay, so that specifically is part of the package, and that there helps to cleanse out your physical structure. All right, and cleanse out cellularly, not just your colon, but cellularly. Okay, so that is what you call the blood detoxifier and cleanser, cellular cleansing. And then you have the pure gold. The pure gold contains the feuille du vent, which is a Guinean weed, parsley, turmeric, cayenne pepper, spring water, ginger, you know, and that is like a raw product. That's like a raw product. So is the blood detox. These are raw. That's not anything that's cooked. That's like food, manger, comida, right? So that there is basically utilized, you know, conjunctively together, juntos, you know, and that there is a tablespoon 3 times a day. Is very strong because of the high levels of sulfur in the gully. It will burn you literally, right? And then burn the mouth and burn as it moves through your inside, you'll feel the heat. So it removes cold and helps with the circulatory system. Okay, good for sinuses, hay fever, asthma, you know, heart problems, on your type of things there, right? So then you have the feuille du vent syrup. You know, that's the one we used to call the garlic weed syrup. It's a feuille du vent syrup, and that here is basically what you call the Guinean weed, and that is in a syrup form, you know, with sea moss also, and also cinnamon and bay leaf and all these different type of things there to help to actually regulate the consistency of the blood. Okay, so it builds it up, you know, and this is one of our sweet products. It's just sweet. have a sweet taste. But I call it a syrup. Okay. So then let me see what Michaela is asking here again. Would the woman's health package help with hair loss? I mean, the female's package helps with female issues, not just one problem. It's a systemic cleanse, so it helps with the whole physical structure. All right. So definitely we do give thanks. Then we're gonna talk about the hemp syrup afterwards, but we do for an intercession. When we come again, we're going to go live into our final segment. So all questions that you have, you type it up and wait until we come again. Definitely. Ja Rastafari, blessed. Yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty life giver as we are alive. So you know that the Herbal Manual is the matrix of herbal medicine. That's our book. You could get that right on Amazon, and you could also get it on prescalers.com. All of our products you could get on prescalers.com. Male package, female package, you know, and the answer to boost up the immune system, the dewormer for parasites, you know, the Raslax syrup to help to Raslax you. You also have the prosperity for the prostate. You know, so as a man or as a woman, you go for the male package and the prosperity if you're a man, but for a woman, you go for the female package and the answer. Okay, these things there are definitely good for you. Yes, Bobo, bless you, Priskelash. We do give thanks for all those of you who are tuned in with us. So on priskelash.com, you get the male package, the female package. This is what you call the hemp syrup, which is basically a syrup that actually helps to ease your pain and and help to relax you. And because it is actually a substance that actually is combined with a sugar, it actually directs the active component, the cytotoxic, those things that kill the cancer cell component of it going directly to the cancer cells, because cancer cells, they do love sugar. So this is the hemp syrup. We give thanks for that, and we glorify it specifically. All right, so we give thanks. Are all your products made from local herbs? All of our products are made from herbs that grow in St. Lucia and wild crafted right here, and those we grow at Mount Kilash Rejuvenation Center. We don't have to order herbs at all. Everything comes from within, not without. Okay, give thanks. Greetings, Akimbe. Give thanks, Akimbe. Greetings, peace, glorify, welcome. All those of you who are here. So, any questions as we are on question time? Remember that the Herbal Manual, Matrix of Herbal Medicine, get your copy on Amazon, because we are going to begin our live stream on a regular basis, whereby we'll be in the garden and we'll be talking about specific herbs, and you could get your manual, so at least you could have a closer view of it, you could understand more about it, and you could get that knowledge that you actually need to become your own healer. Yes, Diane, give thanks, good night. Yes, blessed love, glorify. Yes, the night is actually good. Okay, when we go on these live field trips, garden trips, then definitely you'll get the opportunity to go through your herbal manual and have a full understanding of the herbs and what they are utilized for. Okay, so any questions you have, you could type it on the chat room and let us know if you have any questions on how to acquire the herbal manual, what is inside of it, as we have shown plenty of the things inside of it, the different herbs, everything is in full color, and how to use it, and all that stuff right here in the herbal manual. And also about the products, all these, they are available right on our website at prescalash.com. Definitely you could get that. So we are live on Calabash Television, so we are going live again. Give thanks for life. Yes, we do give thanks as we have entered into our final segment of our program, and we are asking you to interact, and you have to interact, because if you don't interact, I will outeract. I mean, I will have to. I mean, you cannot make this like it's only pre-scale thing. It is your thing. So definitely. So what we have here is the hemp syrup. Now you've heard so many people talking about the whole aspect of the hemp plant and the CBD, right? So this here, and they talk about the whole aspect of the CBD being destructive to cancer cell and prevent them from multiplying, prevent them from growing, and some particular types of CBD from some specific strains of hemp, of herb, they literally actually help to destroy cancer cells, particular cancer cells at particular stages of cancer also, as they have done extensive research in countries like even in America and also in Israeli, in Israel, and all these places there. So when we actually study the herb, and when you understand the whole aspect of cancer cells, say cancer cells are sugar loving. That's why when someone have cancer, they actually inject them with a radioactive sugar. It is a ribulose or some kind of sugar, but a radioactive sugar, that is that it inject the sugar into your bloodstream, and because cancer cells love sugar so much, what it does is that it actually, all the sugar would aggregate or congregate around the cancer field areas of your physical structure. So after they have injected it with that radioactive sugar, they'll push you through a CT scan, and wherever it is that you have cancer cells, it lights up. Okay, so then we know that cancer cells are sugar loving. They love sugar. Sugar make them grow. So what do you do? What we have actually done is that we have actually combined the CBD molecule with a sugar molecule, right? And then what it does now, it goes right into the cancer cell, and it helps to actually nullify the effects of these cells, and helps you to keep you calm and keep you cool, because you omega-3 fatty acid. YouTube isn't working properly. What is happening? Why isn't YouTube working properly? Do you have distributors of your products in Jamaica? No, I mean we on the internet. You just order your products nowadays, and we ship to you wherever you are in the world. YouTube isn't working. What is happening with YouTube? I don't know what's happening. I can't help you. 1-758-451-9349, 1-758-453-1730. You could call. Shalom, pre shalom, my brother. I have some holy basil plants growing. What is a good way to use them? Well, a holy basil plant is a holy plant. It's a herb that you can actually burn in your area to clear space. Also, it's very good for digestive problems. It is very good. It's very rich in iron. Helps to build up your iron levels profusely. And it is very good to calm your physical structure. If you have diarrhea, you are vomiting, the holy basil plant is indeed a holy plant. Okay? So you could burn it to actually clear space. Very good to clear space. Shalom, my Lord. Give thanks. 1-758-451-9349, 1-758-453-1730. Definitely you could call. So tonight we look at the cellular cleanse, right? We look at the mucus removal and circulatory system enhancing tonic. We look at also the blood regulating tonic, which contains the Guinean with the CMOS and then the hemp syrup. So these 4 products we actually took a look at this evening, and then we're going to take a look at some other products are coming up. And specifically, these products here are made by our hands, and they are made using wood fire, and they are made using mortar and pestle, and they are made using spring water, carried from our own spring source. So what we offer you is genuine products, nothing made from synthetic setting and all these different type of things. These things that are actually made from nature, utilizing the elements, to actually help to create, healing products, right? So we do give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. We also mentioned the Herbal Manual. That's a book you could literally get right here in St. Lucia on Jeremy Street. You could just go to Livity Foods. Definitely, you could get that, and also you could get it right on Amazon. You could go on Amazon and you could actually order it from Amazon, or you could go on prescalage.com. On prescalage.com, you would literally get all of our products from the Herbal Manual, the Food of 7 Vegan Cookbook, all of our herbal products, all these things there. Definitely, you could get that right from there. Yes, St. Lucia, what happened? I mean, no calls. I mean, you just stop calling. That's it. So, okay, so all right. So, I mean, if you've had enough of me, then I mean, I could just go ahead. We're supposed to be having a conversation, okay? Yes, me could call up.
Strong numbness, also tingling from both arms, the shoulders down, from the shoulders down to the arms.
Okay.
That doesn't happen all the time. You would certain positions, the waist and the neck and so forth, but the numbness in the fingers, both hands. What would you recommend for that?
Well, I mean, you'd have to look at some kind of pinching of your nerves, or some nerve things coming from your vertebral, your thoracic nerves, because what would be happening probably, or even your cervical nerves, because if it's tingling and it's from the shoulders going down, And you have is a nerve that actually comes from your spinal cord and comes out and branches out to give you feeling and sensation.
Okay.
All right, so more than likely you'd be having some kind of inflammatory problem here, back area, the region here, that central area here.
Okay.
So apart from herbs that you could drink, it would be very important to do some stretches. Try to stretch that area here, that area right here, and then do some massages. So you come to the root of it, massage it with warm castor oil and cayenne pepper powder. You could just warm up some aloes over some steam and cut it in half and rest it over the area. Okay, and also then you could use herbs like your vervine. Right, that's very good for the nerves. Vervine. Vervine, like what you call Veven Lachewat.
Oh, Veven Lachewat.
Veven Lachewat, okay? The vervine. You could also use what they call John Famous Police like Avenue. You got herb there? John.
No.
They call it sensitive plant.
Okay.
Sensitive plant, what they call Mimosa pudica. It's a herb when you touch it, the leaf does close.
Oh yeah, right.
Right. So growing up, they say John Famous Police like Avenue.
Yes.
John, you remember that?
Right. You're right.
I remember that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that herb there is also very good for nerves. So that's a very sensitive herb. Okay. And then the master of all herbs for your nervous system, my brother, is the marijuana plant.
Marijuana plant.
Yeah, that's
the master for all.
For all the nervous problems. Hands down. It's like Mike Tyson, Boop Knockout, or Elijah Muhammad.
So apart from consumption, you're talking about massaging in the area as well.
Yeah, of course. Remember the THC receptors and the CBD receptors are not only in your brain. Why cannabis is so effective is that you have receptors all over your physical structure.
Right.
So it's something that you could bathe in the water and you could get results. Right? You could just sit down in a steam bath or go in a dark room and a closed up room and put some herb in some hot water and just be there and like a sauna setting, right? And sweat out and all that goes into your cells and so it is something that is utilized in several ways. It's not just about eating and drinking. It's also about topical application. Okay.
Blessed love, man. Thank you very much.
Give thanks, honorable. Heart of love. 451-9349 453-1730. Definitely you could give us a call. We are all yours for this little time here. Just now we are not if you hang. Okay, right. So okay, the question here. Right. Shalom priest. Okay, Holy Basil. I read that one already. Blessed love, honorable priest, Jago Lion. You have an idea what the peninsula plant is for? Penicillin. I don't know what you're talking about there, brother. I don't know if you spelled it correctly, but I don't know. You could tell me again. Adam Alfred, I'm here for the win. I'm probably late. I had to teach karate class. Blessed love. Oh, give thanks, karate master. Adam Alfred. What belt you have, my brother? My children do go to karate. And we're going to have a karate segment. So probably, Adam, you could send us some of your, moves and things, and we could add that. Because we have to start up a little karate segment because karate, all my children are in karate. From black belt to red belt, and it's something that they love, and I love it too. I love it that they are into it, not just for the physical aspect, but also for that calmness, that tranquility. So give thanks, Adam Alfred, for coming in. Give thanks, Jago Lion. I don't know if penicillin. I don't know. Poopa, how do you use the marijuana plant for the nervous system problems? And do I use the mature plant? Yeah, the plant you use is the plant with all the buds. If you're gonna make a green juice, get one with seeds and blend everything, the buds, the leaves, and the seeds, and you blend and you strain and you drink. If you're gonna use it and you're going to smoke it, use a chalice or a steam pipe. And if you're going to swazel color, I think something went wrong there, swazel color, but sorry about that. Right, so a steam pipe, chalice, make it as a tea, use the oil and massage yourself, use it with coconut oil. Definitely you could use it any of these ways there. All right, nervous system, any of these ways you could utilize it. All right. Yes, Pupa 45, give thanks, coming out of Jamaica. Rastafari, give thanks. The mature plant all the time. Mature plant, don't take it when it's not mature. Take it when it's mature. 1758-459 451-9349 1758-453-1730. Give us a call. Yes, caller? No? Okay. Yes, YouTube, come on, what are you saying? Okay, it seems like everyone has had enough of me. So since you've had enough of me, I'm gonna close up then. Okay. So you have the herbal manual. This here basically is available on Amazon and also on our website priestkillers.com, and also on at Liberty, that's on Jeremy Street, right here in Castries, opposite the New Market. And the Herbal Manual is not just a book that talks about herbs. It teaches you about the physical structure. It goes through all the systems of the physical structure, from your endocrine system to your digestive system, urinary system. Yes, Suzel Caller, blessed.
Yes. I want to ask you, please, that you tell me what's good for arthritis with exercise?
Arthritis?
Yes.
Well, if you have arthritis, number one, you have to stop eating too much meat. Okay, the more meat you eat, the worse your arthritis. Right? And also, when I say meat, I also mean fish. Okay? Because arthritis is inflammation of the bones. And that inflammation comes from the breaking down of excessive proteins. Right? So you literally have crystals, uric acid crystals between your joints. Right? So these crystals here, when it rubs on your cartilage, it actually causes inflammation. Yeah, but I'll tell you just now. Okay? Okay. So then you have to abstain from high protein foods, especially fish too, right? So then you could use lots of stinging nettle, what they call zoti. You could blend the zoti, strain the zoti, and drink it. Very good for arthritic pain. Also, sea moss is extremely good.
Thank you so much.
Right? Sea moss, very good.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome, my sister. Give thanks. Yes, one with your caller. Blessed. What's that?
Insulin plant
The insulin plant?
of fairy cluster.
I don't know it. No. Probably I know it, but I don't.
Okay, thank you.
That's all? Something.
No, I mean, since I heard it's an insulin plant, I know it has to do with sugar.
Well, there are plants that contain a substance called inulin. Inulin, okay, which is basically similar to insulin. And it does help to bring down the sugar levels of your physical structure. But I don't know there's a plant that they call the insulin plant. I'm not saying that it's not there. I would like to see a picture of it. Probably I know it by a different name. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
But I also heard the name to be fiery cluster.
Spell that?
Oh, I can spell that. I heard the name.
Okay, all right. I will look it up.
Okay.
Okay. And next time when you call, probably I would have an answer for you. Okay?
Okay.
Give thanks, Honorable.
Blessed.
Blessed love. The insulin plant. Okay, we look up that. The people don't want to hear, don't eat meat. Yeah, they don't want to hear that. And the people don't want to hear that they're not supposed to eat dead animals. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. And they're sick and they know that they have to stop eating it. Yet grocery caller, blessed.
Good night, brother. God bless you.
God bless you also, my
You
sister.
was talking about arthritis. That was so interesting. But then I got shocked. I was so interested to hear that. Can you give us a see what that again?
Okay, all right. Give thanks. Yes. Love. All right. So Emmy says she wanted and she asked for it. Yeah. So what I was saying that arthritis basically is a buildup of uric acid crystals between your joints. That means that you literally, because of the high consumption of fish and meat, right? Basically, what happens on red beans and all these different type of things there, and soya beans also. All these beans, all these things, they have a lot of a particular type of protein, and when it's broken down, it increases your uric acid amount in your physical structure. Now, when you have high uric acid, what it does, it crystallizes and it goes between the joints, right? Your knees and all these different places. And as your joints move, the crystals actually scratch up the cartilage and cause an inflammatory reaction. Okay? And that inflammatory reaction now results in what you call arthritis, because arthritis means inflammation of the joints. That's all it means. Inflammation. Okay, so it's important to drink plenty of water. Your stinging nettle, cassia lata, massage foam, castor and cayenne pepper powder. Wrap some aloes around it. All these different things, they are very good. Lose some weight, right? And stop eating dead animals. That's a primary thing, okay? Orelin, calabash juice is awesome. Yes, I mean calabash is a very very good what you call home cleanser. It cleanses the home and also it's a mild laxative. Yes, my sister, give thanks, okay? Give thanks. Glorify. Rosie Le Color?
Yeah, sorry, brother. What
Ah.
I wanted to ask you,
Mm.
omega-3 of this thing is the oil.
No. Omega 3 is a nutrient, is a type of fatty acid. It's not a fish oil contains omega 3, but so does you know what they call them coupier?
Yeah.
Coupier has more omega 3 than the fish oil, coupier. And
Yeah,
omega.
it's good for the arthritis.
Yeah, but yeah. So coupier contains more of that. Right? So fish oil is just one substance that contain omega-3 fatty acids. So you have the hemp seeds contain it. You have the flax seeds contain it. You have the coupier, what they call a pusslin, that actually contains it. You know, so you have many different types of nut oils that contain the same omega-3 fatty acid. Okay?
So don't eat neither meat, no chicken, no fish, nothing like that when you talk about arthritis.
You have to cut them things out of your out of your thing. No cheese, no egg, none of these things. You have to cut them out. And juice. I do a lot of green juices. Drink plenty of water. You have to flush out your physical structure. Right? So the least you could do is do it for 21 days and see what happens. If you feel better, then okay, voila. If you feel worse, then go back to your thing. Give it a try.
So let me tell you,
Ah.
if you have a heart problem and say you have a pacemaker,
Mhm.
you can take cookie.
Yes, I mean, of course, because omega-3 fatty acids are very good for heart. Actually, and also the coupier, it helps to actually soften your arteries. You know, makes everything, nice and good. All right?
But if I come to you, maybe you can help me a little more on that, right?
But why are you so doubtful? You must be the doubtful. I hope, I mean, your name cannot be Thomas. Or
So when I say help me, I mean if I come to you a visit,
yeah, I know, but I mean, you saying, but if a lot of
I
times
know
then.
you are very good, you are very good, and I can say you are a kind-hearted man because I have been to you once, and the price of you was you gave it to me lower in a reasonable price.
Give
When I
thanks.
say you were on the TV, then they might think, well, you want to make a money, but you have some help man. Then you just even unless they help. I'm telling them that don't be afraid and visit this brother because he's a kind-hearted man. But in temporary, let's take him out before he goes away. Good night, brother. God bless.
Give thanks, my honorable sister. Well, I mean, it's for those who've never heard it on YouTube. She was just saying that she visited us and then we gave her some products at a good price that the priest is kind-hearted and so on and so on and so on. Give thanks for the love, honorable. I mean, sometimes these words, I mean, not all the time these words are like gold. Gold is not just a physical gold, but gold is like the words, wonderful words of life. Yes, Angela Caller, blessed. Give thanks.
Yes, brother. I'm trying to find out what kind of natural medicine someone can use for anxiety.
A natural medicine for anxiety. Well, what you could use? You could use chamomile. You could also use soursop leaf, and you could also use marijuana. Marijuana is good for anxiety. Okay, all right. So then, what you have to understand is that sometimes you have deficiencies of particular minerals within your physical structure that make you get anxious. So you have to cleanse out yourself, clean out your colon, clean out your colon, clean out your colon. Drink a little cassia for 7 days to cleanse out your colon. All right. Then after you drink that, after you cleanse out the colon now, then you begin to build back up yourself. Do a lot of zipping, a lot of sea moss. You understand? Do a lot of little green soups, a lot of vervine green juices. These things are good for the nerves. Drink a lot of fitweed tea, shadow benny, all these things there. So you take a better interest of yourself and you practice deep breathing, right? Deep breathing. So whenever you're trying to get anxious, because anxiety, you get anxious. So take a deep breath. So when you feel take a deep breath, right? But that's natural. Natural? Huh?
I said that's like what you just said there because like you're getting medication for it.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, that won't help you because anxiety comes from inside of there. So You have to be able to take charge of your life and take a better interest in yourself. So to deal with anxiety, you have to start to focus more on taking care of yourself. So all the time you are thinking about negative things, right? Start to think about positive things. What am I going to do today to take care of myself? Oh, let me do a nice little sea moss. Oh, let me go and do a nice little vervine tea. Oh, let me go and do like a little soursop green juice. So when a negative thoughts come in, you replace it with a positive thought of something positive you could do for yourself. Right? So you practice positive affirmation. You start to do deep breathing exercises. So what that does to you now, it actually allows you as a person now to take charge of your anxiety. So something that get you afraid, right, would actually encourage you to do something to actually counteract it. And I learned that myself. So things I used to be afraid of, I go towards it. I don't run from things I'm afraid of. I more go towards it. So I like to, confront my fears in that case. All right, so don't be afraid. Breathe. Love. All right. Okay, you have the chia seeds also contain the omega 3s. Give thanks, Adam. Fresh garden, green gardens are like an insulin shot. Natural. Oh, give thanks. Dolores Alexander, honorable, blessed love. I know all is well. Oh, give thanks. Definitely, it is well in my soul. Brazil nuts also contains omega 3. Yes, okay, Adam. Give thanks. Pupa 45. Can consuming too much green juice be bad for your organs, especially the liver? Come on, man. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Does your herbal man? Of course not. I mean, well, based upon what green juice you're talking about. If it's some green juice with alcohol, I'll destroy the liver. Also, I started using the soursop tea. I couldn't sleep at night. I'm sleeping now. Thank you. Oh, give thanks. Definitely. The soursop leaf is a very good sedative. It helps to calm you down and keep you good. Okay? Very good. I mean, it's not pre-scale as I discovered that. This is something that our elders have been doing for generations. Generation upon generation, our elders have been doing that. Okay? So remember the Herbal Manual available at Jeremy Street at our Livity shop on Amazon. You could pick it up a copy or priestkailash.com, priestkailash.com, PRIESTKAILASH, priestkailash.com. Definitely you could get that. And also all your products. We talk about the hemp syrup, basically as a painkiller, blood regulator, also helps, with nervous and all them anxious problems you're talking about. Help you rest good too. Also, we talk about the Feiduvan syrup, which is basically the guinea hen weed. That syrup here actually is very essential. Contains your bay leaf, contains also sea moss, good to regulate the blood, boost up your mineral content, right? And you have the pure gold, which is basically a fire medicine, helps you remove mucus, coal from your physical structure. So contains ginger, guinea hen weed, contains cayenne pepper, contains parsley and spring water. All that basically these are raw products. And the blood detoxifier and cellular cleanse contains your castellata and all these other herbs to cleanse the liver and to boost up your physical structure. So all our products are available on our website, priestkailash.com. That's priestkailash.com. And also our products are available at Livity right there in Castries. So definitely for those people in St. Lucia, because you are in St. Lucia, you will definitely get the products at a different price because you just are in St. Lucia. Because I mean, if you get, just like buying factory, so you go right at the factory doorstep, you could come and Priestkailash and you get it for that price. And then those on our website, I mean, definitely you could always come to visit MKRC Mon Kailash Rejuvenation Center, definitely, and see all it is that we have to offer. As you know, in St. Lucia we have a center, and that center specifically is designed to actually heal us from all of our sicknesses and our diseases. So definitely you're welcome to visit our website, priestkailash.com. Visit Livity on Jeremy Street. Give us an email, priestkailash@gmail.com. That is priestkailash@gmail.com. All of our products definitely are available. And remember, the Herbal Manual will be essential as we will start off our live broadcasts of our Herbal Garden Tours. So even for you in St. Lucia, to be a part of the live broadcast of our garden tours, to go into the bush and get the herbs and live, definitely you need to subscribe to our channel. Just subscribe to the channel and share it around to all your people. Is my screen the only one lagging? I don't know, my sister. Probably the internet is causing it to lag. I'm sorry about that. But you could also look at it on Facebook on Calabash page. It's supposed to be doing very good. All right. So Purpose Lagging, Lakilia, Washington, Lakithia, Washington, give thanks. Deep rooted kernels, try blue version fungi, blue vervine, not blue version, blue vervine. Okay, yeah. Give thanks. Deep rooted kernels. Give thanks for all those of you who are with us tonight. Deep rooted kernels, give thanks, shout out. You know, Aurelin, Brand, oh, give thanks. I mean, your screen had a little problem, give thanks. Washington, give thanks, Honorable. Dion, Pupa 45, Adam Alfred, give thanks, Honorable Empress Ethiopia, give thanks, PHV, Tall St. Lucia, give thanks, Kevin Paul, Jago Lion, give thanks, all those people who were with us, Natasha Lake, give thanks, Bobo, give thanks, Heather Francis, give thanks, all those of you who are here with us tonight live on YouTube, we do give thanks for life and definitely those people who want to contact us could contact us via email, organize your live consultations, because we also do Zoom live, so you could organize that and just book that with us. Just email it, okay? Heart of love, give thanks. Killer Blake, give thanks. Lots of love. Rastafari, blessed. So give thanks all the